Welcome back to Jack's Tech Corner. This edition is going to be a little different than normal editions. We are doing today a Windows 8 Developers Edition install. Now I'm going to be installing this on Parallels on my Mac as a virtual machine. We found it actually loads up better in a virtual machine on the Mac in Parallels than what it did on VMware for Windows. So you have to look into that a little bit and say, why is that? Is VMware not as capable of running this new Windows 8 Developers Edition as what Parallels is? It doesn't make sense to me, but that's what we found out so far. So if you do get it to work, if you download it and you do get it to work on your VM, on your Windows machine, on a virtual machine, please let me know. We ended up getting the smiley face on it, and it's kind of interesting and ironic to see that, but that's what we got. So I'm going to walk through this install with you today just to show you how Windows 8 loads and show you the new interface. I hope we get to that point. I'll show you the new interface. And then we'll do another video to walk you around a little bit and show you some different parts of Windows 8, what it's going to look like. And they're saying right now that this is pretty much what Windows 8 is going to look like. Even as a developer's edition, that just means they got this out about a year early to allow programmers to start working on their programs to get those ready to go. So I'm going to pull this out a little bit here, hopefully. And we're going to go ahead and click next and see where we get to here. I also will show you in the end here, and I'll have in the show notes a link on this YouTube video where you can actually download this Developers Edition yourself, so you can play around with it. And I am installing from what's called an ISO image. You can burn it to a DVD, and I don't see any use for that. Since you can load a virtual machine from an ISO image, I would suggest to do that. So we'll go ahead and get started here with the install. This is going to, it says setup is starting. So we'll go ahead and start it off here. And just like common Windows, when you install any Windows, you accept all the Microsoft's terms. Let's hit next. Now we're going to do custom because we're installing a new copy. We're not upgrading from anything. I don't know. And again, these are very early setup menus, so I'm not sure if Microsoft's going to allow you to upgrade from anything or if you have to do a new install when you load this. So just do install a new copy of Windows. Unallocated space. That's what we want, so we'll just hit next. And now it's just going to go through and start setting up our Windows install here, just like it always has with any other copy of Windows that you've had. And as this is going, like I said, I wanted to show you a little bit about the new interface. It's going to throw you for a loop. I know it threw us for a loop when we started looking at the new interface of Windows 8. Over the course of the years here since Windows 95 release, they've been, I think they've been dumbing down Windows. They're making it almost idiot-proof, where you can click an icon on a screen and something will happen. That's what they want. They don't want you to have to look for programs. And they're also always chasing their tails with the Mac, because the Mac, if you noticed, and when you see this interface, you're going to say, oh my goodness, that's iOS. It looks like the iPad or the iPhone. And instead of using icons, they're using square tiles, so it's a little different. But you'll see that soon enough. And then they're trying to catch up on the desktop now, because you know that Lion just came out for the Mac, which I haven't installed on my desktop. We've installed it on one laptop to play with it. But it came out for the Mac, and it allows you to do that. It allows you to put the icons on the screen. It allows you to set that screen up with all the icons on it to make it idiot-proof, to make it so you don't have to look for anything anymore. Because we all know, right, programs are hidden. I mean, come on, guys. It's hard to find programs on your computer. I often say a lot of times, instead of people owning a computer, they should buy themselves a refrigerator, because everybody knows how to open a door and eat. But that's just my opinion. So let's see here, though. But there's no way that I found so far to turn this stuff off. these new features to shut them off and to go back to the normal way of doing things. So if you are a computer user, you've been a computer user for years and you're educated in the way it works now, and then 10 years from now they change it on somebody like that that's just used to coming into work, bringing up Microsoft Word and typing all day. I mean, that was as big a shock as when they no longer tried to put paper into the computer for it to print on, right? Like a typewriter. We took the typewriter off people's desks, we put a computer on their desk, and now they became lost. But now we educated them. Now they're going to try to do something different again, and it might be a little bit of a drawback, I think. So this is installing here, and we'll see how it goes. We'll complete the install. So the install doesn't take long. I was more impressed actually from the boot times of this new Windows. It's pretty doggone fast, and we'll talk about that and why it's fast and how that happens. They've changed a few things. So now hopefully this is going to work here, come up into its boot process, and we can continue on with the install. And for those of you out there thinking about this array jack, if you tried to put this onto the domain controller yet, I have not. I haven't tried to put this onto a domain controller yet, and I will be doing that. But right now we're just trying to learn the initial setup and what it'll do, how to install software on it. It's different. So we're trying to educate ourselves so we can educate others. And that led me to the first part of why I wanted to do this video here with you, just so you can have a look at this thing. If you're in the business anywhere, if you're in the business of IT in the field, or maybe not so much if you're a home user, but if you're in IT, you need to look at this. You want to get a copy of this. You want to get it on the desktop in your workplace and start playing with it. But to be honest, at our workplace now, we're just now rolling out Windows 7. So we've just been playing around with that. So we're definitely not prepared to go to Windows 8. Then there's been some talk too about them not wanting to call it Windows 8. They just wanted to call it 8. They want to get rid of the word Windows. I think it's because Windows sometimes, just the sound of that leads to disappointment in a lot of users. Okay, let me pull this out a little bit here and see if we can't get this started. We're going to do a name here. So I'm going to call this, just so I know where it's at on my network here, Home Windows 8. We'll click Next. And look at some of these settings. We're probably just going to use automatic express settings. I don't see any reason not to do that. Email address for login. I'll just use my email address here. And click Next. Enter a password. Let's see here. If you want to use Windows Live, so I have a Windows Live account, so I'm not going to do it. We're just going to hit Next and see if it'll allow me to do that. No, it wants a password. Just do that. It's the one. Let's set this up then. Let's change this. I think that's right. Haven't used that account for a while. It must have liked it. Now it wants your mobile phone number. I don't know exactly why it does this. Let's do that. Okay, so it's creating my account, I guess, on my or for Windows Live. You can log on to your computers with your Windows Live account, and it syncs everything back. You can see there it's welcoming me already. That's preparing my PC for the first startup. So we're getting ready here to launch Windows 8. And apparently they're rewriting they rewrote the whole core of the operating system. And Microsoft says that every time, and in about 3 months it's hacked, basically. So I don't know if they did or not. I don't know if they're making it more secure, more user-friendly, or like I said, more idiot-proof. But if you're in the IT field, you know that there's certain things that you got to deal with. And it already really bothers me when I when I walk up to a computer and I can't even find a start button because there's 7,000 icons on the desktop, because people don't know about grouping or creating folders. And again, it's not a bad thing. We try to educate. I mean, it's an education thing, right? Second nature for us in the IT field, but maybe not so much for those out there doing graphic arts. I worked with a programmer one time. I thought he knew everything there was to know about a computer, but he wanted me to help him buy parts to build a computer and help him build it because he's never seen the inside of one. So it's just different talents, I guess, for different folks. So we are waiting for this to boot up there. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too much and gave you some positive information. And here we are. So now we're basically at the desktop. This is the desktop for the new Windows 8. This is what it's going to look like. You actually take your mouse and you can move around here. You can scroll this bottom thing here back and forth. Just like so. I did find it's very much based on your screen resolution. And as you can see here, the screen resolution is really very big for this demonstration. If you open up Internet Explorer, let's see here, it should launch all right. It looks different. I hope it launches. If it doesn't launch, that's because of the screen resolution. Let's see if it launches here. Now, if you see there, if we go to the desktop, here, we can get to the desktop. Let's see if we can't change the screen resolution, because I think that's why this don't want to launch. It's 800 by 600. It's pretty doggone big. We'll at least go up to there and click apply and see what it looks like. That looks better. Let me try to pull this window out here again, make it a little bigger. Again, it's the joys of teaching you with a virtual machine. We can click OK here. Get back into here. Now, watch when I click on the Start button what happens here. It puts us right back in this menu. But now you can see that now that the resolution's set right, the icons will work. So it's very dependent on the resolution of the computer. Don't leave it set by 800 by 600. And somebody actually told me that this is the first time ever in the history of Microsoft that they've actually promoted better resolution or better resolution settings. Microsoft traditionally has been an 800 by 600 company up through Windows 7. I mean, but now it's got to be a better resolution. And you can see down here now where you type at. It's on the bottom. You type and then your actual web pages will come up. So, and it's full screen. You're getting that full screen effect. But who else just started recently doing this? You're right, Apple. Apple started making all their programs full screen. So there you go. To switch back to the screens is kind of unusual. You have to move your mouse to the corner over here, and you can see where the desktop comes back up. I click on it. And here's the next thing that's interesting, folks. The multitasking is 2. Let me say it again. The multitasking is 2 applications opened at one time. You can't open any more than 2 applications at one time. That's got to be fixed. That's absolutely worthless to this point. So again, click on the start button. Brings us back into that great new desktop. Love the way it is. Many people like this new weather feature. Check out the weather. It looks really nice. It's pretty. It's graphical. Look at the clouds. Hopefully this is showing up okay. I'm sure it is on the video here. The clouds in the background. It's really pretty. If it's going to storm out, there'll be like rain in the background. And they spend a lot of key time developing worthless stuff that you don't need to be pretty. Computers don't need to be pretty. They need to function. Just like my stove in my house doesn't need to be pretty. It needs to actually be able to cook my food, right? So if you think about that. So let me see here what else I wanted to show you. So that's the new interface. It does come with some stuff that you're going to need, like, for Twitter. The control panel, if you go into the control panel, this is kind of what it looks like now. Well, not kind of. It is what it looks like now. There's a little scroll bar over here. They're hidden. Who else just recently hid their scroll bars? Anybody know? Yeah, Apple did. Now if we go down here to more settings, check that out. It goes back to the normal control panel that we're all used to. If we change this to category view to small icons, yeah, it goes back even better to our normal view. Yeah, if you move your mouse on the start button, you get this big clock over here that goes away when you move off of it. But you do get that big clock there. So there you go. Once you set up your weather, you'll get that on your desktop. You can actually, like I said, just scroll back and forth over this to get all your other icons. I did find if you want smaller icons, you can right-click on these things, and you can click on smaller down here in the bottom. And you see how nice it makes those smaller like that. So, but this front page does look like iOS. Here's the new notepads, which we've been using at work because I've been fighting with all my guys to get rid of paper. Paper to me and computers is just totally ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. Why do we have digital notes? But you see, this is almost like a cork board. You come in here, you can create new notes. There's a lot of right-clicking. So if your people have never caught on or learned about right-clicking, there's a lot of right-clicking now in Windows 8. But we can add text here. So here's a new text box. This is my first demo of Windows 8. I click off of there. Now I can move that note around on my corkboard wherever I might want it. So again, just move your mouse cursor over here and you go back to your other application, which we were in the control panels where we were. So close that out. Again, this is the evaluation copy. This is the Windows Developer Preview Edition. And I think we touched base on everything I told you I wanted to show you about it. About the new desktop, the new interface. Like I said, it's very dependent on your screen resolution. So make sure, click this start button here so we can talk when you can see this interface again. Make sure your screen resolution is set properly. If the icons on the launch pad area, for the better name, it's the launch pad area, or the new desktop, whatever you want to call it, does not work, and set your screen resolution up a little higher to make it a little smaller, and then they will work. So that would be a problem. Initially in Parallels, I did have a crash to install Windows 8 from the ISO image, and I found out that for some reason when it first started to make it, it only gave it 256 megs of RAM. You need at least 2 gigs of RAM to get Windows 8 to install. Hard drive space, about 3 gig or something. Would be pretty safe. And let's see now and this is a virtual machine, but I want to see how this works. I'm going to shut this machine down. Let me see here. We're going to shut it down. And honestly, I have to figure out how to do that. I have to figure out how to shut the machine down. Isn't that sad? Now you can't figure out how to shut it down. I guess you click up here maybe. Now you got log off, add user. You got start over here. Yeah, definitely got to figure out how to shut the thing off. Well, that'd be a good part of the demonstration if I knew how to do that. Well, I'm just going to shut the virtual machine down. So I go down here and I'm going to say stop. I'll say stop. I'm going to shut it down. Then we're just going to see how fast the boot up is. So that's the shutdown. It's off. Let's try the boot up process and see here. We're going to start it up. I'll try to bring this over here. And we'll see how long it takes to boot back up. So you get the little spinning wheel there on the bottom. And it's coming back up. There's the main picture there. Then you log back into it. And there you go, then it's back up. So, and a lot of people are even saying this, I guess, on the, and I don't want to keep you anymore in this video, but on the desktop, it is made more for a touch screen, but Microsoft claims that the touch screen is now going to also be on the desktop. So you're going to see the same interface on the desktop. And I'm going to play around with it some more, see if I can get used to it, see if I can get the feel for it, and we'll see how it goes. But I think this is what you're going to see in Windows 8. So if I come upon any more ideals or issues there with Windows 8, then I'll bring those back here to you on YouTube. But for now, go ahead and download it on the link provided right here with this YouTube video. Download it. It's a couple gigs. Install it in a virtual machine and start playing with it today. Like I said, especially if you're in the IT field, you guys need to be doing this. All right, well, thanks for watching this edition of Jack's Tech Corner, and I'll see you back here next time with another video on some topic. I'm not just doing Photoshop videos anymore or photography videos. I kind of expand out. We're doing many, many different kind of videos here now. So just to enlighten you and maybe educate you on some other forms of computers. So until next time, take care from Jack at Jack's Tech Corner. See you soon, and bye for now.